During this new edition of From the Core, we take a sneak peek into the thespian world.
We sway to the sounds of bluegrass music.
And we tell you about the man that helped put Tampa on the map.
We have all this and more in store for you on
From the Core.
Welcome to From the Core. I'm Jackie.
Hi, I'm Brock. Jackie and I represent the Mayor's Youth Corps class of 2012.
We're an all-new team bringing you all new stories.
Stories focused on events and newsmakers in your own backyard. This community we live in is unique, and we at From the Core intend to tell you about it.
With that being said, let's get to it.
Righto, Jackie. It is always good to stay updated with scientific facts.
To learn information about our country's government.
And to find scholarship opportunities specifically suited for future college students.
So, Nino has agreed to man the TISC desk in order to keep you in the loop.
And just so you know, TISC stands for Thought You Should Know. Over to you, Nino.
And I want to share some important facts I thought you should know. Did you know you could earn a college scholarship by singing Negro spirituals? The Negro Spiritual Scholarship Foundation is a nonprofit organization that provides the opportunity of earning a college scholarship through Negro spiritual singing.
A Negro spiritual is an expression of religious faith through song that was originated by enslaved African Americans in the mid-19th century.
This scholarship is available to 11th and 12th grade high school students of Afro-ethnic descent. Students who are interested must enter a statewide vocal competition to rehearse and perform arranged Negro spirituals. The prize is a college tuition assistance grant for $3,000. If you would like to find out more information, please visit www.negrospiritual.org.
Today, there are multiple political parties that work on behalf of the American people, such as the Democrats and the Republicans. However, the founding fathers of the United States may not have intended on it being that way. It wasn't until 1792 that political tension formed, serious enough to produce separate political party systems within the U.S. These new parties were known as the Federalists, created by Alexander Hamilton, and the Democratic-Republican Party, formed by Thomas Jefferson. Whether you refer to modern or historical political parties, our nation's government has always remained strong and focused to ensure that freedom and liberty are provided to all of its citizens.
Do you ever feel pressure to succeed in school? Well, scientists at the University of Poitiers in France have conducted studies that show that children may perform better in school if academic pressure was reduced. Dr. Jean-Claude Croiset claims that if children are taught to acknowledge that failure is a part of learning, then academic pressure will be relieved, allowing students to perform less stressed and ultimately achieve higher academic success. This theory was tested through multiple experiments with several sixth graders. The conclusion? Students who were informed that learning is difficult and failure is necessary performed better and averaged higher test scores compared to those who were not so informed. So remember, students, failure is really a stepping stone to success. That's all for today. I'm Nino, and I thought you should know.
If you didn't catch all the information previously stated in the TISC and would like to find out more, you can always log on to tampagov.net. We will post the TISC on the FTC webpage. Some of you watching may not know this, but fame costs. People like George Clooney, Viola Davis, and Meryl Streep were not just born household names. These actors, like many others, worked hard on their craft, and like many other stars of stage and screen, they probably started in high school. Actors and actresses like to be called thespians, and just a while ago, thousands of high school thespians were in downtown Tampa. You might even say all of Tampa became a stage. FTC reporter David fills us in.
William Shakespeare once said, "All the world's a stage," and for thousands of young Florida State thespians, right here in Morsani Hall is their biggest stage.
The Florida State Thespian Festival is the end of a year-long journey for teachers, student actors, and technicians that love theater. The festival is run under the direction of the Educational Theater Association, a professional organization for theater educators. Over a 4-day period, festival attendees can take part in a wide variety of workshops and events, such as monologue, solo musical, actor training and technical skill classes, one-acts, and more. Participants also have the opportunity to see shows put on by high schools from around the state. These events and more take place at venues such as the Stratus Center for the Performing Arts, the Tampa Theater, and the Tampa Convention Center. Darren Hawkins is the director for the Florida State Thespian Festival. He explains the appeal of the festival.
The mass appeal is because there's no other place in Florida we can all get together in this numbers where we all believe in the same thing and have the same likes. That's what makes us the #1 in the United States. That's the #1 attended, is because Florida has the best drama teachers out there.
Students travel far and wide to get to this event, but there are a lot of homegrown talent who attend as well, including Blake High School's thespian troupe 5742. The school's director of musical theater, Seth Travellino, believes the theater is important not just for kids who will end up on Broadway someday, but believes it teaches lifelong lessons.
If you wake up every morning and theater is what you want to do, then you're meant to be an actor, you're meant to be a singer, you're meant to be involved in that. Beyond that, it's a life skill. I always talk to students, I say, no matter what, if you pursue theater outside of high school or not, you are now going to be a more confident human being because you were in theater. You can look someone in the eye and you can talk about who you are and what you believe because you had that confidence to be on stage. And I think that's a life skill that everyone should possess.
We are Colonial High School Troop 592, representing District 5, and we are here at Tampa Bay State Festival.
Jade Rivera explains her troupe's passion for the stage.
The thespian troupe at our school, we're amazing. We all have the same passion for the same thing, and we decided that we wanted to come together as a force and do everything that we love together. A lot of us do this because it's what we love to do. We're thespians and we love theater. So to us, it's starting off our career. It's starting off what we want to do when we further on and we go into the real world.
For Samantha Schneider-Behen, a 17-year-old student at Blake High School, being on stage is her passion as well. She has been involved in theater since the 7th grade. Currently, in her junior year, she has achieved the honor of receiving Broadway Star of the Future Award. Each year, only 100 students in the whole country earn this coveted pride.
I love telling stories, personally. I love conveying a story, especially one that has deep meaning and that can change people's lives.
Each year, over 6,000 participants get the amazing opportunity to travel to Tampa to partake in the Florida State Thespian Festival. And each year, 6,000 participants are more and more impressed at the program that has grown over the past 80 years and will continue to grow far into the future.
I think the festival is a great place for the actors to, and the stage technicians, to wet their feet in a realistic theater setting with other opinions other than just their teacher. Because sometimes hearing it from your teacher, hearing it out of someone else's mouth, unfortunately, sometimes it will hit home better. So hopefully this gives them a venue to, make sure, is this what you want to do? Because in just a short amount of time, you're going to be leaving high school. And, I feel that's the mass appeal. A lot of people will come here and go, I didn't know I wanted to do this, but now I do.
Most schools in Tampa have thespian troupes. If you're interested in joining your school's troupe, contact your school's drama teacher or check out our webpage for a link to Florida State Thespians. Now it is time for Follow the Story, where we talk about the news behind the news. This month, Mayor's Youth Corps members Taylor and Luli are here to discuss the importance of the arts, as well as what's trending. Hi Taylor, hi Luli, thanks for being here today.
Hi Brock.
Taylor, what does the involvement in arts help to develop in the life of a child?
The involvement of arts helps to develop in children leadership, different team building activities. It helps develop like working with people, your basic everyday things that you do.
So what do children lack who don't have the opportunity to be in arts programs at school?
They lack the freeness of being creative, because if you're always doing math and science, those things are tailored, that is only one right answer. But if they're involved in the arts, that they're taught that there's more than one right answer and there's more than one right way of doing things.
Luli, do you think that art can help every child?
Art can help every child. It's because, like Taylor was saying, it's not only about your math. If you expand your horizon and you know all about the other things that can happen, you will have success.
Taylor, how can arts help children with their subjects in school?
You can help create a song to help you memorize an equation in math, or it can help you study in science.
Do you guys think that national and local governments are increasing art education?
No, I think that they're decreasing it because they see it as a frivolous class, a class that's not really needed because it's not going to help you become a doctor or a lawyer, but they don't realize that not everybody is becoming a doctor or a lawyer.
Thank you, girls. Now I'd like to hear about what's going on right now that you find interesting.
What's trending with me is the case of Trayvon Martin. It happened in Sanford, Florida. He was a 17-year-old boy that got shot while walking back from the store with an Arizona and Skittles in the rain, and a man named George Zimmerman is alleged to have killed him in the act of self-defense.
Okay, so were there any witnesses in this?
There weren't any eyewitnesses, but there were people around in the neighborhood that were calling the police, and they heard the account, but they did not actually see what happened.
Mm-hmm. Why is this important to you?
I feel that if you could just say it's self-defense and you can get away with murder, is that stopping anybody from murdering me or one of my brothers or one of my friends?
I see. All right. Well, thank you very much for your involvement and your input into these issues.
You're welcome.
After the break, we're going to talk about a man who helped make Tampa Bay what it is today.
So, like, that test?
It was crazy. Like, what is that? Whoa. Why would he purposely make us all fail? Really?
I'm sorry.
What is this? Is that how this is going to be?
What is your problem?
You have issues. You're going to pay for this.
Whoa, what's going on here?
So, like, that test?
It was crazy. Like, what is that?
Whoa.
Why would he purposely make us all fail?
When you need to curb your anger, take a deep breath, relax, think before you speak, and walk away.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was just running a class. Okay.
See you around.
Remember, hot heads never win.
Hello, and thanks for staying with us. Each month, an FGC anchor will sit down and discuss an individual who is not well known but left a lasting mark on our community. These men and women are called unsung superstars of history. Joining me is Sophia. Welcome, Sophia. Who's our unsung superstar today?
It is Henry Bradley Plant. He was born in Branford, Connecticut, which is a shoreline town on Long Island Sound in New Haven County, which is funny because he's not from Florida.
Now, do you know what kind of jobs Henry had as a young boy?
Well, when he was 18, he went to go work on a steamboat, and he had pretty much the traditional jobs of either being a deckhand or the man of all work or a captain's boy.
Would you say it was those kinds of jobs that gave him the drive to do what he did?
Yes, I think so. I think working on a steamboat must have been pretty hard, and I think that made him stronger as a person.
Now, what was it that brought Henry down to Florida?
Well, he continued to work on the steamboat, and the company became bigger and bigger, and he eventually got married, but his wife got very ill, and they told her to come down south for warmer climates and to get better. So that's why he came down, and they settled in Jacksonville.
Oh, so not Tampa?
Not in Tampa.
Okay. And so what was it that set his career off in Florida?
Well, he was working after the Civil War, many of the railroads had been destroyed or gone bankrupt, so he decided to take this as an opportunity. So he started buying foreclosures and started kind of building his empire around the buildings that he bought.
Wow, sounds like a real entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I believe we have Henry B. Plant to thank for the University of Tampa. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, when he settled down in Tampa, he really wanted other businesses to come down to flourish here in Tampa too. So he built this ginormous hotel and named the Tampa Bay Hotel, and later it was changed into what we know today as the University of Tampa.
Okay, that's awesome. And so Henry B. Plant has many things in the Tampa area attributed to him. Can you name a few?
Well, of course, there's the Henry B. Plant Museum, there's Plant High School, and then there's also the University of Tampa. And not in Tampa is Plant City, which is also named after him.
Wow, okay. Is there anything else we should know about Henry before closing our segment today?
Well, he was actually a big supporter of baseball. He was part owner of the Philadelphia Baseball Club, and he was a full owner of the New London Club, which is basically a minor league team.
Wow, I did not know that. And he is going to be in the Riverwalk as a statue, is that correct?
Yes, he is.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, they really wanted to honor him because while many people just know of Plant High School and Plant City, people don't really know very much about him, so I think it's a great idea to really get people to know more about him.
Henry B. Plant really was an interesting man. Thank you again so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up next, we get some down-home bluegrass music right here in the FTC studio. Keep watching.
Kim was a social butterfly. She would talk to anyone online. I wonder what happened to Kim.
Radio, I'm on scene.
Beware of people you meet on the internet. You never know who you're talking to.
Welcome back to From the Core. It began in the Highlands of Scotland and migrated to the Appalachian region of the United States. It involves a little bit of old-time fiddling and a whole lot of fun.
And since Mr. Bill Monroe and his band first belted out a tune in 1939, bluegrass music has been recognized as a vital part of America's musical heritage.
It is so vital that we thought it important to invite a few bluegrass musicians to the FTC studio. Over to you, Helen.
Today we have a very special performance with Dr. David Walker and Tyler Walker, bluegrass musicians and father and son. Dr. Walker plays the banjo and Tyler plays the guitar. Dr. Walker, what made you first interested in bluegrass music?
Well, Helen, my beginnings in bluegrass music, I guess, go back to many years ago when I was young, traveling around with my dad, he liked old country music and Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, which is some of the beginnings of bluegrass music were through those two, and I kind of liked the energy of it. I decided that that was something that I wanted to learn how to do.
Okay, Tyler, why did you choose to play bluegrass music?
It was mostly because all my family was already in it. Like, I grew up around it, going to festivals and listening to everyone around me play it, so I decided to start playing guitar.
What are some distinctive aspects of bluegrass music?
Most forms of music have some degree of electrical influence in them. Bluegrass music is all acoustic. Standardly, to have a bluegrass band, you need an acoustic guitar, you need a banjo, a 5-string banjo as opposed to a 10 or 4-string banjo, a mandolin, and preferably acoustic upright bass. Banjo is kind of the standard Scruggs style, which is really what I play. Banjo is played in a series of rolls of eighth notes, and the right hand generally goes in a pattern that's played in a standard pattern, like, for instance, this. And we can put in other left-handed motions to give a different sound. So that kind of thing, maybe not a good example of it, but that's generally what bluegrass banjo is.
It's the driving force.
It truly is. It's the driving force behind any bluegrass sound.
Okay, Tyler, would you show us an example?
Sure. Basically just keeps everything in order and in time, along with the bass.
Overall, how has bluegrass music affected your life?
It's taken me places I haven't ever been. Like, I've been with my brothers to France, Japan, Wisconsin, Michigan, Tennessee, Georgia, New York. It's taken me places probably would have never been to if I wasn't playing bluegrass.
Tyler, I heard that you played at the Strawberry Festival. Could you please tell us about that and about your band?
Yeah, me and my brothers, when they come down for breaks from when they're up in college in Tennessee, we always get together and play, and we were able to play the Strawberry Festival this last week. It was a big venue to play, and it was a lot of fun, and when they're down, we try to do as much as we can.
Thank you, Dr. Walker and Tyler. Would you please lead us out with a little tune?
Sure, we'll do a Ralph Stanley song here called Clinch Mountain Backstep.
As you can see, bluegrass music is just one way we can keep our American traditions alive, and it's not only the old folks that can do it.
String instruments such as the banjo, mandolin, fiddle, guitar, and double bass can help teens keep bluegrass alive. Who knows, you might pick up a new hobby.
Righto, Brock. Now we turn from talking about music to talking about another creative art form, dance. Our commentator, Kendall Bopp, is passionate about self-expression through movement, and she thinks you should be too.
I am passionate about dance. Out of all the sports that I've done, dance is the only one I've stuck with. I have been taking classes since I was 2.5. Dance is a great way to exercise while still having fun. Because of dance, I have been able to achieve different goals. I dance at All-American Dance Factory and All-American Classical Ballet School. I remember when I went to purchase my first pair of pointe shoes. Just that experience of moving on in the dance world was extremely special. In dance, I love being able to create new moves and styles that are unique. And with every style of dance, the possibilities are endless. If you notice, no two dances are the same. Also, when we do group dances, we must all work together to do the moves in unison. I must also add that my studio created a positive environment for me, and I know that the friendships I have created will last forever. My ballet teachers are great. They're funny, talented, and nice. You really know when your hard work has paid off when you go to a dance competition and your studio scores really high on all of your dances. My family has always been supportive of me, and they go to every competition that they are able to make. I don't know where I would be without dance in my life because it has really changed the person I am.
Jackie, that commentary was truly moving. Thanks, Kendall, for the insight.
Before the show ends, we would like to give a shout out to a few special individuals whose contributions have helped make our community a better place.
Righto, Jackie.
First, we want to shout about Megan Gonzalez, who was recently selected as a member of the National League of Cities Institute for Youth Education and Families Council. Megan joins 3 other young people and 60-plus mayor and city commissioners on the council. She and the other youth members are also responsible for planning the youth sessions at the National League of Cities' 2 annual meetings. Megan will serve on the council until she goes to college.
Next, we shout about our predecessors, the From the Core team of 2011. The team won the Florida League of Cities Youth Council Video Competition. The crew will present their winning video at the Florida League of Cities annual conference in Hollywood, Florida in August, and will be featured in the organization's magazine.
Also, we want to shout about Ben Weiner for planning and holding a food truck rally in West Chase.
And our very own Jackie gets a shout. As a part of the Mayor's Youth Corps, Jackie presented the invocation at the city's annual Women's History Month celebration. Good for you, Jackie. How was it?
It was a great experience and I'll never forget it. I even sat next to the first city councilwoman of Tampa.
Thanks for joining us for the kickoff to a new season. It's been a great start. Wouldn't you say so, Jackie?
Righto, Brock.
I knew you were going to say that.
And now I have this to say. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, always do your part.
Thanks for watching and see you next time for another edition of
From the Core.